इसके पहले जो प्रोसेस पढ़ी है हम लोगों ने, उसमें क्या क्या कांस्टेंट था बेटा, याद होना चाहिए आपको। एक में टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट था, उसको बोला था आइसोथर्मल, और एक में हीट कांस्टेंट थी जिसको बोला था अपन ने एडियाबेटिक। अब पढ़ रहे हैं आइसोकोरिक। यस, लिखिए लिखिए, टॉपिक पढ़ना है अपन को, फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स अप्लाइड टू आइसोकोरिक प्रोसेस। पढ़िए हर्षिता।
Apply first law of a thermodynamics to show that the change in internal energy of a system is equal to the heat given to the or taken from the system in the isochoric process. First law of thermodynamics applied to an isochoric process. In an isochoric process, the volume V of the system remain constant as there is no change in the volume. Delta V equals to 0. No work is done or by the system. W equals to P delta V equals to 0. According to this first law of thermodynamics, Q equals to delta U plus W equals to delta U plus 0 equals to delta U. Hence, in an isochoric process, the entire heat given to or take from the system goes to change its internal energy and the temperature of the system. The change in temperature can be determined from the equation Q equals to NCV delta T.
देखिए, जो चेंज इन टेम्परेचर होता है, क्योंकि इसमें वर्क डन नहीं होगा, केवल और केवल इंटरनल एनर्जी में पूरा का पूरा हीट चली जाएगी। सो कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम है, तो कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम में कितनी हीट डिलीवर दोगे आप इस सिस्टम को? Q इक्वल टू एन सी वी डेल्टा टी। चलिए नेक्स्ट पढ़िए। फर्स्ट लॉ।
First law of thermodynamics applied to a cyclic process. Apply first law of thermodynamics to show that the entire heat absorbed by a system is equal to the work done by the system in a cyclic process. First law of thermodynamics applied to a cyclic process. In a cyclic process, the system returns to its initial state after undergoing a series of changes.
सर
हाँ बेटा,
सर आप घर पे हो सर कि कोचिंग में?
क्लास में हूँ, कोचिंग में।
कोचिंग में सर, आपके घर आया था ना सर?
ओके ओके ओके, तो आप घर पे हैं अभी
अभी
क्या?
मैं मैम को फीस दे नहीं सर, अभी निकला हूँ आपके घर से।
ठीक है, तो आप क्लास आ सकते हो, आ जाइए क्लास अभी, है?
सर इधर ही आ जाऊँ क्लास में?
हाँ हाँ, इधर आ जाइए।
ठीक है सर, उधर ही आ जा रहा हूँ।
हाँ, तो पढ़िए बेटा, फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ
First law of thermodynamics applied to a cyclic process. In a cyclic process, the system returns to its initial state after undergoing a series of changes. As internal energy is a state function, so delta U equals to 0. For a cyclic process, first law of the thermodynamics, Q equals to delta U plus W equals to 0 plus W equals to W. Hence, in a cyclic process, the total heat absorbed by the system is equal to the work done by the system.
Hence in a cyclic process the total heat absorbed by a system is equal to work done by the system. So Q is equal to delta U plus W equal to 0, क्योंकि जब आप ये करते हैं, साइक्लिक प्रोसेस करते हैं, तो उसमें कोई इंटरनल एनर्जी चेंज नहीं होता है, देयरफॉर द चेंज इन इंटरनल एनर्जी इक्वल टू 0 एंड टोटल Q इक्वल्स टू कन्वर्टेड इनटू द वर्क। यस, समझ में आया बच्चों? साइक्लिक प्रोसेस में इंटरनल एनर्जी चेंज 0 होता है, इसलिए दी गई पूरी की पूरी हीट वर्क में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है। हैंस इन अ साइक्लिक प्रोसेस द टोटल हीट एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय ए सिस्टम इज इक्वल टू द वर्क डन बाय द सिस्टम। नेक्स्ट पढ़िए, फर्स्ट लॉ।
First law of thermodynamics applied to isobaric process. Discuss the application of first law of thermodynamics to an isobaric process. First law of thermodynamics applied to an isobaric process, a thermodynamic process which occur at a
कांस्टेंट प्रेशर। हाँ,
constant pressure is called an isobaric process. For the example, freezing of water, formation of steam, etc. Suppose the pressure P of a gas remain constant and its volume changes from V1 to V2, then the work done by the gas is W equals to integration of V1 to V2 P dV equals to P integration of V1 to V2 dV equals to P V2 minus V1 equals to NR T2 minus T1 as the
देखिए
temperature
बिकॉज
of a gas.
बिकॉज पीवी इक्वल टू एनआरटी होता है तो एनआर कॉमन आ जाएगा, टी टू माइनस टी वन बचेगा, दिस इज कॉल्ड वर्क डन. यस एज द
As the temperature of a gas changes, so its internal energy also changes. Hence, in an isobaric process, the absorbed heat goes partially to increase internal energy and partially to do work.
एग्जैक्टली. चलिए नेक्स्ट पढ़िए. अप्लाई द.
Apply the first law of thermodynamics to determine the change in internal energy during the boiling process. Boiling processes. Suppose m mass of a liquid is heated at the temperature of its boiling point so that it changes into vapor at a pressure P. Let V1 be the volume of the
V
liquid and
V I V I
VI
V is the volume of the liquid and VF is the that of vapor.
VI be the volume of liquid and VF that of vapor. The work done by a liquid during its expansion at a temperature T is given by delta W equals to P delta V equals to P VF minus VI. Let L be the heat of a vaporization of the liquid. It represents the heat needed per unit mass to change from liquid to vapor phase at a constant temperature and pressure. Then the amount of heat required for a vaporization of a mass m of liquid will be delta Q equals to ml. Let Ui and Uf be the initial and the final values of the internal energy. According to the first law of thermodynamics, delta Q equals to delta U plus delta W, or ml equals to Uf minus Ui plus P Vf minus Vi, or Uf minus Ui equals to ml minus P Vf minus Vi. Knowing M, L, P, Vi and Vf, the change in internal energy can be determined.
तो भैया ये जो है ये ज़्यादा टॉपिक इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है बॉइलिंग प्रोसेस में, है ना. इसको ज़्यादा आपको नहीं लेना है, इसके पहले जो पढ़ाए हैं वो चीज़ें काम की है, बट दिस इज़ नॉट वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट. चलिए आगे पढ़ते हैं. अप्लाई.
Apply the first law of thermodynamics to determine the change in internal energy during melting process.
अब मेल्टिंग
Melting
प्रोसेस में
process.
अब हम
Suppose
मेल्टिंग प्रोसेस में चेंज इन इंटरनल एनर्जी निकालते हैं. मेल्टिंग प्रोसेस मतलब जो आइस होता है वो 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड की जो आइस हुआ करती है वो 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड के वाटर में बदलती है. पढ़िए. सपोज एम मास ऑफ अ सॉलिड. पढ़िए.
म्यूट हो जाता है. Suppose m mass of a solid is heated at its melting point. When the solid melts, the change in its volume delta V is negligibly small. So work done by solid is delta W equals to P delta V equals to P into 0 equals to 0. Let L be the latent heat of fusion. It represents the heat needed per unit mass to change from solid to liquid.
सॉलिड टू लिक्विड फेज एट अ कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर. ओके.
Yes, sir.
चलिए तो अब निकालते हैं. देखिए क्या है भैया अपने पास P1 V1 इज इक्वल्स टू होता है, ये तो बैक वाला है सॉरी. What is a heat engine? What is a heat engine? Explain the working principle.
Hmm. Heat engine. It is a device which converts continuously heat energy into mechanical energy in a cyclic process. As shown in figure 12.18, a heat engine has the following essential parts. First, source. It is a heat reservoir at higher temperature T1. It is supposed to have infinite thermal capacity so that any amount of heat can be drawn from it without changing its temperature.
रुको
No, sir.
No, sir. Sink. It is a heat reservoir at a lower temperature T2. It has also infinite thermal capacity so that any amount of heat can be added to it without changing its temperature. Third, working. Working substance. Working substance is any material, solid, liquid, or gas which perform mechanical work when heat is supplied to it. For example, a mixture of a fuel vapor and the air is used in a gasoline or diesel engine or a steam in a steam engine. Working. In every cycle at operation, the working substance absorbs a definite amount of heat Q1 from a source at a higher temperature T1. Convert parts this heat energy into mechanical work W and reject the remaining heat Q2 to the sink at a lower temperature T2. The work done W is a cycle is transferred to environment by some arrangement. Example, the working substance may be in a cylinder with a moving piston that transfer mechanical energy to the wheels of a vehicle via a shaft. The efficiency of heat engine is defined as the ratio of the net work done by the engine in one cycle to the amount of heat absorbed by a working substance from the source. As the working substance returns to its initial state after completing one cycle, there is no change in its internal energy. Hence, by first law of thermodynamics, net heat observed in a cycle equals to work done, and that Q1 minus Q2 equals to W. The efficiency of heat engine is given by सर ये काय का सिंबल है हाँ हाँ. Neta equals to work done by engine output upon heat observed from the source input. W equals to W upon Q1 equals to Q1 minus Q2 upon Q1 or neta equals to 1 minus Q2 upon Q1. Same. Efficiency of heat engine is always less than unity. Clearly, when Q2 equals to 0, neta equals to 1 or 100%, but any working substance working in a cycle cannot convert all the heat extracted from the source into work. It has to reject some amount of heat to the sink. That is why the efficiency of heat engine is always less than unity. The efficiency of system engine varies from 12 to 16%. The maximum efficiency of petrol engine is 26% and that of its diesel engine is 40%. Extern, External combustion engine. In such a heat engine, the heat needed for working substances is produced by burning of the fuel outside the cylinder and the piston arrangement of the engine. A steam engine is an external combustion engine. Second, Internal combustion engine. In such a heat engine, the heat needed for the engine is produced by burning of a fuel inside the main cylinder. The petrol and the diesel engines are the internal combustion engines. एक बार और बता दो. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
State the limitation of the first law of thermodynamics. Limitation of first law of thermodynamics. These are as follows. First, it does not indicate the direction of transfer of the heat. Heat always flows from the hot body to a cold one. First law does not give any reason as to why heat cannot flow from cold body to hot one. It does not tell anything about the condition under which heat can be converted into mechanical work. First explains the stopping of revolving wheel due to the conversion of its kinetic energy into the due to friction. But it fails to explain as to why the heat energy cannot be converted into kinetic energy of a rotation of the wheel and put it back into rotation. It does not indicate the extent to which the heat energy can be converted into mechanical work continuously. No heat engine can convert all the heat extracted from the source into mechanical work continuously without rejecting a part of it to the surrounding. First law has no explanation for this fact.